Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well. This is the last episode of our 3-part Emilia Romagna series, and we're going to be tackling the most classic dish of the region, Tortellini En Brodo. Hey guys, I'm Kenneth and I run a private dining in Singapore called Mixtape Chef, and today we're going to talk about Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna is situated in central Italy, just above the popular king class Tuscany. It lies the foodie region of Italy, and within the foodie capital of the world, Italy. It's a foodception. It is home to 3 big towns: Bologna, which is famous for its bolognese sauce. It is home to Parma, which is an overachiever with world famous Parma ham and Parmesan. And lastly, Modena, which is famous for its most luxurious vinegar in the world, Balsamico di Modena, and also the most luxurious cars in the world. Very famous. And within this reception lies Bertazzoni. It is a family-run cooking appliance company that's been judged by the most critical foodies in the world, the Italians, for the last 135 years. We have a partnership deal with Bertazzoni, and they asked us to do 3 classic recipes from the region, and we're gonna give it our signature DIY made from scratch touch to these recipes. Tortellini En Brodo, as the name suggests, is tortellini, which is like small morsels of pasta, always stuffed. It can be stuffed with meat and stuffed with cheese, and then always in some kind of soup, broth. And today we're gonna give it the extra Mixtape Chef touch, where we're gonna make everything from scratch. We're also gonna give it a twist while staying true to its cultural relevance. So this recipe is actually adapted from the cookbook Fly and Water. It's the first cookbook I ever bought, and it's a very interesting recipe that sort of stood out to me because it feels so traditional but yet so modern. And here it is: homemade ricotta tortellini in tomato brodo. So step 1, we need some ripe tomatoes. I got a couple of tomatoes here from the fridge that's been sitting inside there for a week, and this is a great way to use up all your excess tomatoes that's been lying in the fridge. And what we're going to do is we're going to chop them up roughly, and we're going to put them into a food processor to be chopped up kind of finely. Like a couple pinches of nice big pinches of salt. The salt is going to draw the liquid it's going to become our broth. So it has to be salted quite aggressively, otherwise the salt is not going to do its job. Rough chop, we're not going to puree this, but I'll take a rough chop to get it going. And next we need a bowl and a coriander, and we're going to pour this inside this. We're going to let it drain overnight to let it slowly extract all the clear tomato goodness liquid from here. Liquid, so let it drain naturally for up 10 hours at least. Do not squeeze it, let it drain naturally. And next we're going to be making our own ricotta cheese. Yes, you heard me right. It's actually easy as it seems. Just need some milk, some cream, and some lemon juice. That's it. So we're just gonna bring this milk and cream mixture to about above 82 degrees. So what's gonna happen is that the proteins in the milk and the cream is gonna denature above a certain temperature, and then when you add a acid, the lemon juice, this will actually curdle, and you get ricotta cheese. It's actually quite similar to the way that we actually use to make tofu. It's the same idea. Okay. So now to begin the curdling process, we're gonna put in lemon juice a little bit by a time. We're gonna put it in until you start to see the liquid curdle, and that will happen like quite fast, hopefully. So you can see that there's some kind of way, and the cheese is curdling to that. And then we're gonna leave it and let it stay for about a couple of minutes, for 4 minutes or 5 minutes, just let it fully separate. And it has been 4 minutes. We're gonna pour our freshly made ricotta cheese into a coriander with cheesecloth. Oh, look at the beautiful ricotta cheese. Oh yeah. What I want to do is let it drain for about 5 to 10 minutes. How long you drain will depend on how dry your ricotta will be. In this case, we're going to be stuffing the pasta, so we want it to be quite dry. So I'm going to let it drain for about 8 to 10 minutes. Fresh ricotta cheese. So you can see it's still quite wet, so we're going to let it go drain for another couple more minutes. So we get a more firmer product, but look at that. To admire our beautiful ricotta cheese, look at that. And for the stuffing, we need our homemade ricotta cheese. You know by now, Parmigiano Reggiano. Supposed to be chives, but I don't have chives, so I'm just gonna replace with some spring onions and a lemon. So first, we need to get some Parmigiano Reggiano in, some lemon zest, and some very finely chopped spring onion. You want a little bit of lemon juice, some salt, black pepper, and a touch of extra virgin olive oil. Mix it up. And next we're going to put it in a piping bag. This is going to help us make our stuffing a lot easier. And we're just going to leave this until we're ready. Go to the food processor and about 2 eggs. Give it a good knead. And next we're going to be rolling out the dough that we made yesterday into nice flat sheets. You can use your pasta machine. I just happen to have one attached to the KitchenAid. Roll it out. We want it quite thin because we're going to fold our pasta. So if you have a thick pasta sheet, what you're going to end up with is you're going to fold it and it's going to become a very thick one. So we're going to make it quite thin. Okay, here we got it. It's the first few attempts are so bad, and here we got a slightly better ones. Yeah, so tortellini mix skills, but yes. Okay, and finally after 1.5 days, we're ready to assemble our very extra tortellini homemade ricotta tortellinis with tomato soup. So this is the extracted tomato soup that we had. You can see it's quite clear. If you want it super clear, you can actually go ahead and strain it through a cheesecloth one more time. But it's fine by me. So we're gonna assemble a dish. It's quite simple. We're gonna boil some water to put the tortellinis inside there, and then we're gonna heat up the soup, and that's it. Let's go. Okay, we got some water. We're gonna put to boil. Add some salt, and here we got the tomato extract tomato juices. We're gonna heat it up. Here you have it, guys. Homemade tortellini ricotta with tomato brodo. What we're gonna do is just a bit of chiffonade basil. There you have it, guys. Homemade ricotta tortellinis with tomato brodo. The beautiful ricotta cheese, the creaminess from the parmesan, from the ricotta, and that sort of lemon juice zest complements so well with that pure tomato juice goodness from the sauce, with the perfume of basil just coming through, just to complement the whole thing. Enjoy!